Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. In this presentation, we'll be exploring a topic in macroeconomics. Macroeconomics examines the economy on a large scale, analyzing the aggregate level of output, income, price, employment, balance of payment, international trade, financial transaction, and government policies. My team had discussed and choose unemployment in South Africa as topic for our discussion. So, what is unemployment? Unemployment, in particular, measures the number of people who are actively seeking work but are unable to find it. State in International Labour Organization database, unemployment is 29% when filtered using all three criteria, which is not employed, available, and looking. 38% when filtered by not employed but available with no measure of looking, and a full 40% when filtered by not employed but looking with no availability requirement. Unemployment rates were detected and changed from month to month, also year to year, by comparing one country's 2020 rate to another country's 2050 rate is likely to give an inaccurate impression. On top of that, study shows that South Africa has the highest unemployment rate in the world. Despite being one of the most developed economies in Africa, South Africa faces persistent challenges in providing jobs for its population. According to International Labour Organization, South Africa unemployment rate was approximately 29% in 2019, reflecting the country's ongoing struggle with job creation and economic stability. We will discuss more about this topic and explore the solution to address the present issue. Without wasting any time, let's start now.
Economists had predicted that South Africa's employment rate would drop to 32.3%, but instead it is increased to 33.5% in the second quarter of 2024. It is highest level in the previous 2 years. 8.4 million people were unemployed, a 158,000 increase, and the largest amount since comparable data started in 2008. Meanwhile, employment fell by 92,000 to 16.7 million, while the labor force increased by 66,000 to 25 million. While trade 111,000, agriculture 45,000, private home 18,000, construction 11,000, and finance 9,000 were the industries with the most job losses. 42.6% of people who stopped themselves from looking for work were classified under unemployed under the enlargement requirements in the second quarter, up from 41.9% in the previous 3 months. And for the time being, the rate of youth unemployment, which counts job seekers in the age range between 15 to 24 years old, increased to 60.8% in the second quarter from 59.7% the previous quarter, a rise of more than a year.
First of all, I would like to say thank you to Nadella for the explanation on statistic trend in South Africa. So basically, South Africa has the highest unemployment rate in the world due to the issue of quality education among the youth and COVID-19 pandemic in South Africa. Data for the first quarter of 2024 indicates that the unemployment rate for young people between 15 to 34 years old is 45.5%, which is higher than the national average of 32.9%. The probability of an individual obtaining and retaining employment is significantly impacted by their educational background. Higher educated individuals are more likely to move from unemployment or inactivity to employment. In order to give youth the skills and competencies they need to succeed in the workforce, because education is crucial. However, just 9.8% of young people in employment are graduates, according to the Quarterly Labor Force Survey QLFS for the first quarter of 2024. Low levels of education and social isolation due to inability to form new friendships in school and college, in a result to the majority of youth in South Africa are not employed, educated, or training. Additionally, gender stereotypes propagated by cultural practices and customs have made men and women compete with one another. This is because traditional male-dominated cultures dominant in most of Africa. It is assumed that women's responsibilities are domesticated and that they require little to no formal education. Moreover, women's chances to pursue higher education are restricted by the traditional roles that are assigned to them as wives and mothers. Now let's move on to the next issue, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. South Africa's unemployment rate reached a record high of 29.1% just before the 2019 coronavirus disease epidemic in early 2020. The unemployment rate has increased to 35.3% during the COVID-19 epidemic. Additionally, South Africa is regarded as having the greatest number of COVID-19 cases on the African continent and the fifth highest number of cases worldwide. This number may arise due to the limitations placed on the jobless and several households that have been forced to switch from a long-term work to part-time or informal contract as a means of survival for companies that impacted by COVID-19. The third quarter of 2020 saw an increase in the unemployment rate as job searchers who were able to search for employment and were categorized as narrowly unemployed were also qualified for work. According to Varick 2012, the broad rise in unemployment rates in South Africa during the COVID-19 crisis is similar to what was seen in 2009 and 2010 during the global financial crisis. This demonstrates how the COVID-19 crisis has surpassed the South African economy and labor market overall due to the widespread lockdown and containment measures.
Next, we go to the impact of unemployment. There are three aspects which are the impact for individuals, social, and economic. Firstly, individuals might experience low self-esteem, worthlessness, and psychological stress as a result of their failure to find work. Lack of work opportunities and income difference may widen the wealth gap, resulting in societal instability and dissatisfaction. They also will feel like a burden to the family if they are unable to find work and repay the care and love they have received by providing their parents money from work. Unemployment might make it harder for people to meet their basic needs. Individuals who are unemployed are more likely to become homeless, which leads to criminal activity since they are desperate to survive. Sometimes, when the problem arises, even the happy family will split since they couldn't pay for all the commitment as they were unemployed and many problems will arise. People will most likely not have enough money for survival if they are unemployed, and the rate of poverty will increase that could affect the economic performance. When poverty arises, the economy suffers as well since people's output and income are lost. When people have a limited budget, they will choose to save rather than spend. This will reduce economic growth because there is no economic growth cycle.
As my friend said before, there is two issues that we would like to highlight from unemployment cases happen in South Africa, and that is quality of education among youth and COVID-19 pandemic. So, is there any solution for this? No worries. Here, I will explain to you guys about two policies that can be used to solve the issues. Firstly, there is skills development and education enhancement. South Africa faces a significant mismatch between the skills available in the workforce and those demanded by the economy, particularly in sectors like technology and renewable energy. Addressing this requires a strategic investment in education, particularly in vocational training programs. This program should be designed to equip individuals with practical job-ready skills. By aligning educational outcomes with market demands, the workforce become more adaptable and capable of filling high-demand roles, ultimately reducing unemployment. Secondly, infrastructure development and public works programs. By investing in infrastructure development, the government can create immediate employment opportunities, particularly in construction, engineering, and project management. These projects, such as building roads, schools, and hospitals, not only provide jobs, but also improve the country's economic capacity. Long-term benefits include better transportation networks, increased access to services, and enhanced economic productivity, which can attract further investment and create additional jobs, especially during pandemic.
In conclusion, individuals may experience low self-esteem, worthlessness, and psychological stress due to unemployment. The lack of job opportunities and income differences may widen the wealth gap, resulting in society instability. Unemployment might make it harder for people to meet basic needs, potentially leading to homelessness and criminal activity. Poverty increases due to unemployment, affecting economic performance. To address unemployment, policy should focus on skill development and education, particularly in high-growth sectors like technology and renewable energy. Moreover, infrastructure development and public works program can create immediate job opportunity in industry such as construction. Thank you for lending your ears today. I hope you gain valuable knowledge from this video and that inspired some new perspective for you. That's all from us. Thank you once again and have a great day ahead.